Raya says, my finger that I just cut off. Result says, blacksmithing LFW able to craft /recraft all weapon types file BL590/606/619/636 with 2 mats. Booster Seat says, why don't you let Mythic plus my man? Tsukishu says, top 3 no order, Lich King, Panda, Legion.
Handle is getting drunk off. Push in the pedals.
Lucy Baby says, a second solid with even bigger feet. Flex Hogga says, ship me with Valeria. Rishio says, Armorsmith LFW all armors max rank with T3 max blacksmithing. Androlin says, kill, be selective. Ornish says, nah man, you need at least 3 monitors now. Booster Seat says, performance anxiety. Sonia says, blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP within recipes. 606/619/636 all R5W/T3/Myth/Mythic/embellishment. PST were send order. 3. The Deltaire says, PC was dog shit. Expertise ruins the fun of so many things. Lorraine says, leatherworking engineering crafting up to 636 LW metal/razor/belt /razor/goggles/proficient equipment. With XPEM braces are 3 gold mets equals R5 100%. Babut says, Zalata seems to be doing nothing since appearing in the opening cinematic for TWW. Text says, Roy made it say, craft was in the day of the people in the bedrock is an over. Command says, LFC for Air Force Defender PSG. Love. The Deltaire says, Vanilla is always king. Sonia says, Paladin did everything. Boomer Furry says, Kazit gave us Volpra, Shadowlands Kazit gave us Orboss, then Pandaria has Quantum Pandas. That's the order. Dice Moon dances with Pinkwa. Ajax says, and DKS. Moshiro says, how's my Brewmaster Firefighter mock outfit? Milfisto says, so I'm a fresh level 80 and I'm new to the expansion. How do I go about starting to gear? Babut says, the same fate that Sylvanas said when she came to did absolutely nothing and then cried and ran away. Raya says, $20 for me to drink, please send it and I will do it. Trick says, next cinematic will be coffee. Booster Seat says, shut the fuck up, I will not take Waddle K Slender in my chat.
Handle seems to be sobering up.
Emperor says, do you get anything good for beating the campaign? Sonia says, honestly Mojiro, 10 tenths. K-Tag says, Rap was full of mid-reach and some K-Dungeons. Boomer Furry says, Garrosh did nothing wrong. Then Event says, Zilito's asterisk. Deltaire says, Rap was like because of how many quality of life changes it got. But it was the first factor because while Activision was in the picture. Babut says, Wrath was the greatest fact that WoW has ever seen and will likely ever see. Boomer Furry says, language. G-Tag says, Questing was false and most of the areas were uninspired. Sonya says, Wrath wasn't that good, not was best. Isaac Lies says, no Legion was. Jaden Burn dances with you. Jaden Burn speaks on Silver Cave. Jaden Burn says, Moonguard's largest private military contractor guild, eBro for Red Warmers are you? /join world defense /PvP on listen to trade on 420 AMK, EGIRL4RENT.com. Burnett says, WoW is currently the best it's ever been. Lorel bursts into dance. Webender says, SL was awesome. Nicole says, leatherworking LFW. The craft most professional company like Meridian Alchemist's hat stone bound herbalist's hacker than jeweler's cover. Webender says, bring me back 10,000. K-Tag says, Corian Tundra, more like Corian Tundra. Corben says, I was surprised by Mach. Boomer Furry says, Garrosh did nothing wrong. Repeat. Moshiro says, Wrath is all nostalgia TBH, unless you were a Warlock or DK Wrath was tough, PvP at least. Fox gently pats Boomer Furry. Corben says, in a good way. Rick says, you put what stack you want for next remix. Legion of course. Raya says, well haven't I had an emotion for 5 years. Babut says, Pandaria was cool if you were 8 years old sure. Boomer Furry thanks Hots. Isaac Lies says, everyone throw rotten fruits at the Webender. Boomer Furry turns her autographed Hearthstone card over, revealing a rare Hearthstone card. Boomer Furry just won a game of Hearthstone. Ember Barrett says, Burning Crusade was in I didn't play it at launch. Dan Devin says, Wrath's questing and zones are the best in the game still to this day. Lorel says, gonna be 80 soon. Valkyrian says, Legion remix with legendary sounds so fucking hype. Baleroth says, where's the embassy? J-Tag says, Crystals on Forest, more like Urlaub in Forest. Stormwind City Guard says, amazing. Stormwind City Guard says, show off, walk like a normal person. Boomer Furry says, congrats. The Deltaire says, Mach was the best PvP emo. Everyone was playing rated BGS celebs, supermodels, ECT. Webender says, SL was the most culture WoW had in years. Lorel says, tag. Moshiro says, Mach questing is code. Babut says, look mommy, pandas. Rick says, where is he? Then where do I buy rotten fruit? Webender says, in my garrison. Booster Seat says, artists because I stole your ability to feel emotion 5 years ago when we accidentally drove past each other outside of a Denny's. Tabulary says, Barry left Sepro. Attack says, Dragon Blight. More like dragging my ass across the sun leads flight. Sonya says, I never had more fun than in MOP. Exploration was incentivized with treasures, World PvP with the Shield Wall Operation, Great Island Adventure with Throne of Thunder, and cool world events. Baput says, I'm a street boss. In my garrison. Wallfork says, LFW Dwarven Armorsmith Blacksmithing. Armor so stubborn that it can drink more than you. Can make R3 armor, R4 with good mats, R5 belts, wrist and boots. Boomer Furry says, Kimmy is intelligent. Shadowlands had the best story writing. Lorel says, hoping to have enough honor for a full set when editing. Freya says, I hate Booster. Adulter says, there was a rated PG team that had 8 supermodels in it. God, I miss them. They were all 2.2K and as well LMAO. Tyrana says, the greatest spec in all of MOP came from Mock Gladiator Spec for Warriors. Acid Fly says, Yay Laura on some good shit, where can I buy? Mojiro says, SL, best, and story, do not belong in a sentence. Acid Fly says. Booster Seat says, I wish I could play God for just one day and fix all of you mongoloids saying this Neanderthal shit. Weavener says, did you even read the quest text? Weavener says, it was S tier. Thomas Miller says, rolls, buns, and bread. Baked fresh. Booster Seat says, I love you Ori. Mojiro says, S for a slop. Freya says, I love you too. Atax says, like I'm sorry brothers but Wrath was mid. Blue says, imagine being out to Wrath. Blue Mary says, the SL story was so good it made me appreciate the stories of other expansions. Hunting says, I finished this quest but it puts on /plays I can use it. Someone help me figure out where I can use it. GEAR tracking beacon. Atax says, blinded by the DKs and Arthas nostalgia. Rabbit says, Booster Seat, if you're so evolved why is your name so mid? Belter says, SL was only bad because of the grindy nature of things. Just had too much to grind to play optimally. Flex Calda says, extra crispy mutton is good. Frick says, anyone else have a giant ogre vendor named GUH in their garrison? Lithmora says, is daylight savings happening? Booster Seat says, I take back what I said immediately. Mojiro says, OMG the bait, I fell for it. Maria says, smiley face. Sonia says, blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP open recipes. 606/619/636 all R5W/3-minute/music/embellishment. DST will send order. Free. Faye says, someone bought out all the lure drop pigment. Check Evan says, Arya get out of trade. Check Evan says, no, before I get angry. Sukishu says, anyone want a cube for Refinder? Jafor says, LFR that spring loaded the right fabric colors real quick. Maria says, do it get mad nerd. Trick says, before it's too late. Lucian says, SL was also bad because the jailer was a forgettable villain and how the T-Start then snuffed him out. Belter says, Vanilla will always be king for theory crafters though. Lucian says, no words from Janet Reaver at the end either. J-Tag says, Vanilla was ass. Mojiro says, Vanilla was unseasoned well. Rabbit says, TWW crafting is too complex for my vanilla mind. Naughty says, the Hot Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18+ guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. Belter says, it was raw AF. You're all crazy. J-Tag says, wanna know why we call it vanilla? Cause it wastes your time when you could be having a better flavor. Fruitable says, if the jailer is forgettable why does everyone talk about him? Boomer Furry says, if vanilla was so good then where's vanilla 2? Acid Fly says, you know what I really like Pokey. Stitch Flesh says, Enchanted Rune Harbinger Crest Public Order up. Someone wanna grab that for me. Thanks in advance. Booster Seat says, if you like vanilla you chronically shark yourself in every Walmart you visit. Housecom says, jailer who? Weavener says, only good thing from WoD was Garrison and Oshran. Booster Seat says, that being said I love vanilla. Housecom says, you mean Zoval? Baput says, alright, what's back did you enjoy the most in WoW? Unboomer says, DC was chocolate. Mojiro says, there's a reason we're never getting vanilla remix, cause it's trash. J-Tag says, if you like vanilla you play pickleball with all the other old people. Post Maloney says, I don't like Oshran TBH. Maria says, I don't know I don't play WoW. Post Maloney says, no idea why. Sonya says, if we do vanilla /sub remix maybe. Abina says, crust is done stitch. Lucian says, the jailer was a terrible name too. The dude was a jailer who was jailed. Brutable says, don't use his government name like that, so rude. Stitch Flesh says, LF Blacksmith ever forged Fembrace's T5 with embellished DST. Acid Fly says, LOL. Booster C says, pickleball players get laid like no other athlete I've ever seen. Baput says, I just realized REI is a dragon, kind of a letdown TBH. Yumi says, seeking craft fractured gemstone locket max rank. My mats. Trick says, I'm on GTA 5 right now. Not sure how this cat got here. Watch him slap Sonya across the face. Ouch. Freya says, it's okay, I stay visiting you. Sonya says, honestly imagine having remix snacks with corrupted Ashbringer. J-Tag says, you know what? All the extension sucks, I hate this game and every one of you. The Mercury says, now needs an anime crossover. Fishy word bursts into dance. J-Tag says, I play this game out of spite. The Mercury turns her autographed Hearthstone card over, revealing the common Hearthstone card. Booster Seat says, shuffleboard dilfs and pickleball milfs. The Mercury just won a game of Hearthstone. Sonya says, blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP within recipes. 606/619/636 all R5W/T3/missive/missive/embellishment. PST or send order. 3. All this, a lot is not. Davina says, the live action movie was amazing. Changed my mind. Sonya says, J-Tax, we play this game out of sprite. Hellstone says, WoW does have an anime crossover. It's called Mists of Pandaria. Mysteria says, pickleball moms are IT pro. Walter says, if WoW did anime crossover then it's gonna get bad as OW2. Watch Mysteria says, a different breed. Elf Mohawk Remix win. Flex Calibus says, no, don't imagine it. Elf Mohawk coming back for the 20th anniversary. Watch him is terribly bored with Sonya. Escalade says, if WoW came out with the anime series it would be top tier. Nina Sapphiro says, citizens, the Gnomish army asks you to make the most important decision of your life. Prove that you have the strength and courage to fight for Gnomish managed democracy. Dust those boots off, and join my mega troopers against the Horde scum. Hurrah. J-Tag says, I was supposed to get an animated series. Bucket says, visage dragons can't look exactly like humans, can they? They have some weird forward still. Frick says, I'm just here to show off the one mount I have that a few of you don't have. I forget which one. J-Tag says, it should have. Booster Seat says, pickleball mommies give the best driver breaststroke you'll ever have on any Disney cruise liner ever. Freya says, yeah, pretty much. Thomas Miller says, freshly baked bread for sale. Mercury says, the Warcraft movie was good but they should have cast Vin Diesel as the main human dude. Bleach just won a game of Hearthstone. Flex Calibus says, corrupted Ashbringer. Delter says, I was the person who originally said that Fury Warriors would be the best DPS in the game for vanilla. Love, I was too young to know how to test it myself, but I had a friend who played a vanilla private server back in TBC. Then he was the guy that got it too. Delter says, work. Lucian says, the animated short before launch was pretty damn decent. Made Thorline look like a space marine. Escalade says, now that's hot flex. J-Tag says, Johnny Warcraft. Babbitt says, the Warcraft movie would have been good if they didn't include IRL and kept to the animation. J-Tag says, the WC movie looked good while on crack. He says, the Hot Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18+ guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building another guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. Frick says, yeah, whole movie should have been like Hashbin Hotel. Foot says, there is no place in law for realism. Boy says, I like WC movie / shrug. Chubby says, WC movie was good. Brutable says, Stormwind should have been Rebel in the movie. Completely twist the expectations of new consumers. J-Tag says, pointing at the screen making noises when we saw Goldshire. Mercury says, what if Blizzard didn't care about profits and made a full-length movie in CGI? Booster Seat says, Root Cutting. Sonia says, Blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP weapon recipes. 606/619/636 LR5W/6/T3/mess/message/embellishment. PST or send order. 3. Walter says, while movie gave me free mods, I'll take more of that. Booster Seat says, while movie needed more Rollcock. Naughty says, the Hotbed Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a Naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hotbed Girls Club. And Sapphiro says, citizens, the Gnomish army asks you to make the most important decision of your life. Prove that you have the strength and courage to fight for Gnomish managed democracy. Dust those boots off, and join my mecha troopers against the Horde Scum. Hoorah. Mixie says, pause. Attack says, give me raw documentary honestly. Brutable says, Brawl was baby. Baboot says, Booster Seat I woo. Attack says, let out 10,000% watch that. Boomer says, please do not use foul language in trade channel. Death Legend says, LF Jewel Crafter for 619 net PLS. Sonia says, Zuidation Ellis Corona was an interesting choice. Booster Seat says, oh I didn't know that. Naughty says, the Hotbed Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a Naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hotbed Girls Club. Morgala says, public order for Everforged Helmet 10k rewards. All mets are included. Trick says, was rated PG-13. Brawl could only show his left tongue. Baboot says, Brawl was too accommodating of both sides. I never trust a fence setter. Boomer Furry says, I hated New Brawl more than I disliked Friends. Attack says, would have been in the theater if we saw Drania in the Warcraft film TBH. Delter says, I mainly hated how they changed the lore in the WoW movie. Like Corona killing the king on the battlefield instead of being mind controlled to kill him in the keep. Casey Nomad waves at Dice Moon. Arya says, I wonder what it would be like to be a sea anemone. Sad face. Baboot says, Brawl could have ran for mayor of California and won. He is that woke.
Jaden Burn has invited you to join the group.
Booster Seat. 2 tenths. Sonia says, Halloween is cancelled. Says, how fast can you fly? Walter says, how is Raw woke? He can't stop losing his weapon.
Dungeon difficulty set to mythic.
Watchman says, I'm so lonely, Aaron. Arya says, do the whispers ever stop or are they forever? Sea anemone probably feels like sticking your fingers in those weird glitter pussy tube toys. Delter says, LOL the guy is lonely.
You are no longer alone.
Web Cupcake says, welcome to the frosting on your day. DJ Web Cupcake, bringing you the best of Moonguard straight chat right here on Cake Radio. Let's get this party started. Tune in at https://gatemoonguard.e04rent.com/. Casey Nomad waves at Sonia. Paul Mollick says, is it cringe to play Pandaren or are they cool now? Sonia says, hello. Please just want a game of Hearthstone. Sonia just won a game of Hearthstone. Did Brawl invent the position of mayor of California? Alderin says, play what you want. Satan says, cringe. CSV says, screw the movie, watch it just do an anthology series from the POV of Adventurers all LDR/Netflix series style. Baboot says, Walter is, because he was always supportive of both factions during a time when Warcraft meant actual war. Asha Akira says, Pandarans can be pretty cool lol. Stormwind City Patroller says, oh, I love your scales. Ethereal Warpeople says, my skills in Warpeople can only do so much to help you, but I shall do my best. Valro says, what's Moonbeck? Watchman says, all I ever wanted was World of Warcraft friends but I can never find any. Mr. Seed says, you should be put in a cage for playing Pandaren. Brutable says, I am cringe and I am proud. I am cringe and I am proud. Casey says, Panda chicks are sick, I need with Pandazy. Echo says, life is to be savored. Asphyxia says, what did the Kirin Tor do to you that you survived? They sound awful. Triform says, LF enchanted gilded harbinger crest craft posted public. Stormwind City Guard says, could I have one of your scales? For crafting purposes, of course. Valro says, what rules? Walter says, now needs to bring back archaeology. Ajax says, yes. So, You really want to know? J-Tag says, only good profession. Low 7 high. Trick says, don't let them out of cage till they have learned washy finger hold. Valero says, hi. AC no points at low 7 high. Ezolo says, these guys are so fast lol. He tosses his one troll dice.
Casino med rolls 3, 1, 2, 6. Casino med rolls 1, 1, 2, 6.
Valoro's cries. AC Nomad cries on Valoro's shoulder. I'm not afraid of you, Dragon. Stormwind City Guard says, I'm not afraid of you, Dragon. So you can fly. Asphyxia says, probably better left unsaid. My humans have told me some pretty gross stuff that happens there, even for my standards. I'd like to see a movie based on Proxy God, or many of the other stories that show the true meaning of Warcraft. Just an orc dude who went on an adventure in time and ended up scaring a literal god with an axe made by a demigod. Rhea says, any of you have the cure to AIDS? Asphyxia says, in a carry jar of ice. Ezolo says, yeah, be a nice guy. Biowalk says, what's going on with my eggs? Yeah, they're smart. Is it sad I'm literally in a one-man guild? Frick says, listen to the cure for 10 minutes. Mr. C says, you can bring back art by playing hide and go seek but in a freshly dug hole. CSV says, drop the more magic I'll sell you the cure for like 5 and gold. Well, be safe. Don't let any more of those weird mages stick probes in you. Faye says, it is ironic that it says Unity Force and it's just you. Says, Trader is dog. Receipt says, hey man, what I said back there was messed up. I'm sorry bro. Morgan Pessel says, monster. Stormwind City Guard says, looks like we're going to have ourselves an execution. Stormwind City Controller says, my family was wiped out by the scourge. Monster. P-Tag says, I just ugly laughed and choked at that guy. Getting burned dances with you. Getting burned says, Moonguard's largest private military contractor guild. April 4 rent war modes honor you. /Wing World Defense /PvP on Listen to Trade Live on 420 AMK, TGIRL4RENT.com. Frick says, it's like rain, on your wedding day / Ezolist says, that's what she said. Mercury says, too late, you have been reported to the NSA. Rhea says, anyone want to go on a date with me to steal catalytic converters? Belter says, no. Scorpion says, no. Triform says, Belaf enchanted Gilded Harbinger Crest Craft posted public. Iatromantis says, me. Boomer Furry says, in public. Rick says, ugly laughs only count if someone sees it. Thomas Miller says, freshly baked bread for sale. Mr. Seed says, how about I stuff you full of food instead? Kathy Large says, I have a friend that would be interested in that. Freya says, no, I want catalytic converters. Rick says, go on, I'm listening. Thomas Miller says, fresh bread for sale. Will says, Gil, Salt PvP, PvE, social ahead of the curve, Queen Nancy Rep PSG. Helio Bear says, do the converters have feet? Boomer Furry cries. Casey Nomad waves at Ferrosync. Boomer Autographed Hearthstone card over, revealing a legendary Hearthstone card. Boomer Furry just won a game of Hearthstone. Scorpion says, my brother owns a car shop, who recaps the old catalytic converters, we can steal a good dozen of them from his shop. Kills, AO. Ferrosync kills, high immersive. But they're worth 100 to 500 bucks each. LF Tailoring Recraft Consecrated Cup 636. Blue Mary says, is it UOS? Bring your own sock? Simony says, blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP weapon recipes. 606/619/636 all R5W/3-missive/embellishments. PST or send order. 3. Fab Casino. Freya says, that's not fun sport. Ferrosync says, don't tell you. Immersive says, haha. Says, I will. Kathy Lara says, no joke, I wasn't going to eat, but then I saw those eat. Arigar says, blacksmithing LFW. Cliff and Look favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Embraces Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Solidars Bulwark and more. PST for info. Ferrosync says, FML. Immersive says, XD. Ferrosync says, he married me. Bill says, Gil, Salt PvP/PvE. LF degenerates. Murder your enemies and mail them salt when they cry. Let Big Gladiator. Wedding band. Casey Nomad laughs at Ferrosync. Scorpion says, no, but 1-0x faster so it means more drugs for you. Immersive says, oh. Immersive says, that sounds messy. Immersive says, and I wasn't invited. Belter says, if you're not cutting the converters off with a grinder/sozzle, it's just not the same. Immersive says, follow. Immersive says, I get it. Booster Seed says, that whole jar of peanut butter was such a bad idea, Jesus Christ. Massacre on the movie sock. Sing says, we haven't done the wedding. Freya says, I don't care about drugs, I just want to do it for the thrill of it. First thing. Don't worry. Suzanne says, putting in 12 centers of focus might allow the magical energies to form more solidly, adding the necessary stability. Immersive says, love. Eradicate says, does anyone know fix? I can't get a new Dalaran Hearthstone in the Demon Hunter class. All dude won't appear for me to take the first quest. Listen Pierce says, that will unbalance the magical focus, though, and cause a reverse vibration in the ether. Barrosing says, you're on the list. Suzanne says, at least we wouldn't be around to have to clean it up. Alright, says, Scorp, your mind is in the wrong palsy. Barrosing says, you too ableist. Bating Burn says, test, this is a test of the National EGIR.com news network. Have you seen Handkill? Ethereal Soul Trader says, I have arrived. Shall we set to work, then? Abel says, Bro just wants half of everything after Fridays. Happenings. Scorpion says, someone said Handkill. Are you Legion? TW. Aridar says, Blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged gem braces Everforged break belt sanctified steps Villadars bulwark and more. PST for info. Arya says, this is why you'll never be my wife's whore. Brutable says, hey chat, why did the demon start counting calories? Eradicate says, I'm level 71. Sylvain says, I just want to be someone's sugar daddy so bad. Scorpion says, it's okay Arya, I'm seeing someone else now equals.
Maximum Dark has joined the guild.
Because they were self-conscious about their weight. Strong Human says, Susie. Trick says, he knew DH was coming. Maria says, you okay good? Oh. Quick update says, join guild, April 4 Red Moon Guards #1 private military contract on NDRP PvP esports team war mode on and PvP on join us in the fight for Paladin Jade. Brutable says, because they wanted to be held back. Capular says, check your toy box. Legion HS in your toy box now. Receipt says, death sentence. Eradicate says, I know, it says you can't use this right now. Strong Human says, have fun pro BB. Trick says, Legion High School. Strong Human says, sleep well, gamble better. Aridar says, Blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged gem braces Everforged break belt sanctified steps Villadars bulwark and more. PST for info. Barrosing says, GM. Barrosing says, strong. Eradicate says, I can't use it until I accept the first quest of the DH class halting. Capular says, oh, okay, are you in doubt? Triform says, Bella through back on founding back in 636 VST. Eradicate says, yep. Trick says, Dal exploded. Join the #1 RP PvP servers top guild, Ebro 4 Rent, where inclusive roleplay meets elite PvP action guild. Ebro 4 Rent proud sponsor of 420 AMK radio. Percentage says, LFW engineering and inscription can make the profession equipment, all PvP things, weapons and almost everything else. Tim Max rank 5 easy. Dalaran Hearthstone, but you may have to do the intro quest to use it. Says, usually a dude comes up and says, hey buddy, come to the class hall. Scorpion says, I'm making tacos if anyone wants some. Bill, here's it. Time to make Delrun 3.0. Make Orbus a new floating city. JTAG says, the butt plug. Capular says, do you have the quest in your quest log? Arigar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Incraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged members Everforged group sanctified steps loaders forward and more. PST for info. Eradicate says, yeah but they aren't. Not sure why. This is the second bug I've had on one character. I couldn't skip the Shadowlands storyline either. Dicemoon greets immersive with a hearty hello. Arrogant says, just go to a hero board and pick Legion, then skip intro. Eradicate says, just did you get the request? Herbalist says, champion, I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh, the head in the crystal ball? I'm trying something new. Fruitable says, the next Delran is going to be floating in space so we can take it to fight the Void. Immersive says, hey guys, how about you burst into dance. Quick update says, welcome to the Frosty Moment Day. Let's get this party started. Tune in at https://gateguard.eater4rent.com/. Capular. Uncanny resemblance Gurgla. Tried that. Every zone but Legion pops up. Pascal says, is he trying something new with The Witcher?
Emergency signal can see from the platform.
Please just won a game of Hearthstone.
Christine seeing some little tipsy from the Battle of Delran War.
Jasmine says, hey. Scorpion says, he's just using it because his weapon made it for him. T-shirts, I hear it every time I update on my DK. Chris says, we are all floating in space. Bill says, kill, solve PvP/PvE, LF degenerates, murder your enemies and mail them salt when they cry. Let Big Gladiator. Look, I don't want to be ableist, but the wheelchair is fucking stupid. Referee just won a game of Hearthstone. Dicemoon says, hey, it's going. No, I really hope Archimon comes out of nowhere and destroys the new Delran again for shits and giggles. Live in a fantasy world and he's using a goddamn wheelchair. Arigar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Incraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged membrane. Everforged great belt sanctified steps bulletars bulwark and more. PST for info. Alistair says, Jill, homie corner looking for a fun guild. Chill box. And want to be able to do the work. Well, we are 780 KTM and also are always looking for those who want to raid and or chill. Also don't forget to kiss your homies good night tonight B. Even says, why does Mal'Ganis drop a Lord on shield? Scorpion says, JTAX, his wife made it for him OFC, he's going to use it. Flips her titanium seal of Delran. Dice.
Wait. Up. Kicking. Roll. 1, 2, 6. Wait. Up. Kicking. Roll. 6. 1, 2, 6.
When Cupcake catches the coin, heads up. Immersive says, Julius getting started. But no, spilled it. Mr. Seat says, the next Delron better be inside someone's body Osmosis Jones style. He was the king. Casey Nomad casually tosses his own roll dice.
Casey Nomad rolls 1, 1, 2, 6. Roll. 1, 2, 6.
Immersive says, but it's been a nice chill night at home. Smiley face. Oscala says, Anatomy Park Delron.
Justinian seems to be sobering up.
P-Tag says, fucking Magic can't make the gnomes give him some mechanical legs or it's a scooter with different speeds. Nice, those are my Fat Knights 3. Ethereal Warp Weaver says, your attire seems adequate. How may I assist you? Chair like X from the animated series. Scorpion says, Tadger could just float. Blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Incraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Bem Braces Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Villagers Bulwark and more. PST for info. P-Tag says, let the wheelchair shit in my fantasy is honestly dumb. Have some creativity. Mistral says, gastrointestinal tract style carnival. Dyson says, with some video games of course. Their cost says, it got removed. Anastasia says, wheelchairs are inclusive, don't be an ableist. Immersive says, I don't play video games ever. Immersive says, XD. Pepper says, The Sims has such good music, it's crazy how good it is. What is that? Sounds like... Fit it in here. Naughty says, the Hotbed Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hotbed Girls Club. Arrogant says, if you enjoy ice cold fruit punch, put down the Capri Sun and try Simply Fruit Punch. It's refreshing. Mr. Seat says, wheels on a chair. Isn't it just a car? Mistral says, there are exoskeleton pens now. Basically. Barrosing says, immersive. Bro. Barrosing says, drop an atomic toy for me. Love. Scorpion says, arrogant, can you tell me more? Arigar says, blacksmithing up, W. Click and look at favorites. Incraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Bem Braces Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Villagers Bulwark and more. PST for info. Superdan says, LFW Blacksmithing Services. Offering R5 on every weapon in Everforged Bem Braces. I have most recipes. PST for more or just send order. Tip what you think is fair. Immersive says, I don't have one. Sad face. Rootable says, that's a gaming chair. That's right, Tadger is now a gamer. Immersive says, the ending right. Fresh bread for sale. Like every billion now can beat Catcher simply by walking up some stairs. He's always been a gamer, gearing towards the ultimate dev guild. Thank you. I just received Atomic Recalibrator X1. Toxic Pinata has earned the achievement Get to the Chopper. Tom says, if you dislike wheelchairs in fantasy, just go ahead and admit you don't like seeing people in wheelchairs. Blintron 4000 says, goodbye nearby living beings. My unique presence is requested in another dimension. Immersive says, oh. Ivilo says, Yo, the Silver Vanguard is a high-elven military roleplay guild dedicated to the Silver Government, extending the strength of the Guildery, preserving the legacy of our people, and... Ivilo says, defending the alliance is honor and arrows. Whisper for more info. We will all need to be carried, literally, to our PC and bedroom, unless we lucky to have a hover round. Nissa says, outfit thoughts, character is a melee card. Kitty Tag says, that's such a reach, I'm surprised you didn't hurt your back with that statement. Arrogant says, yes, it's got a 5 unfold tap seal, so easy if you have troubles with these nasty ones you have to rip open with a knife. Lolo bursts into dance. Aridar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Membrace Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Villagers will work and more. PST for info. Boomer Free says, that's why I play on a laptop.
Fantastic!
Hotbed Girls Club is a spicy new 18+ guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hotbed Girls Club. Boomer Free says, I'm in bed RN. Ethereal Warp Weaver says, I have arrived. Orel says, what? Are you wearing in bed? Exorcism says, you can do tricks on a wheelchair, rizz up the ladies. D-Tag says, like, is it wrong to expect more out of a fantasy setting than some magical wheelchair? Boomer Free says, the night gun. Atrementa says, LF spring-loaded Icarite fabric cutters R5. Desmond is Casino Meds knows. Hilo says, LF leather worker and Rubian alchemists have PSG. Booster Seat says, 4-month-long Catcher questline where we recreate 141 anatomically correct Catcher penis for him to have again. D-Tag says, let's have him float around on a cool crystal throne or something. Taco Boy says, just like, Gator lives healed. Cosseter says, my magical wheelchair is a horse. Naughty says, the Hotbed Girls Club is a spicy new 18+ guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hotbed Girls Club. Trick says, oh, bedridden already. I am too, at 35, I have no health issues, just lazy. Boomer Furry says, Professor X had a magical chair. Edrizol says, blacksmithing LFW able to craft / recraft all weapon textile VL 590/606/619/636 with T3 mass. Arrogant says, it's the same company who makes Simply Orange and Simply Lemonade. Blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Membraces Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Villagers will work and more. PST for info. Cosseter says, Professor X was also bald. Boomer Furry says, bald is beautiful. D-Tag says, Halu looking ass. How is Mountain Fame BS Slayer for Fury Warrior Taunts? Is one vastly better than the other? Algrave says, good Googly. Scorpion says, just eat the fucking cigarette. Barrowsing says, time immersive. Scorpion says, WC. Elegant says, I'll have someone to make Hazalgar enchanting. Enchanted gilded heart injured crest. The Hot Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting more PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. Capular says, Fury is better. Capular says, with Flare. Cossider says, people sided with Magneto with Cossi had hair. Fuck off savior. Exor Sexton says, bald people are starting their Brilliant Heart run. Mercury says, Fury is too scary in arenas. Dice Moon dances with immersive. Death Ryan bursts into dance. Immersive dances with Dice Moon. Big Meister says, it hurts my soul that I still get declined for 9s at mild low now, sad face. Skullface says, that's what I was thinking too Capular but was. T-shirt BC 4 years well at all. Hellscom says, it's fantasy homies, you can justify anything with a little world building. If someone wants to have a character in a wheelchair, find a reason for it instead of just saying it doesn't make sense. Cossider says, how is Professor X going to get a better life for mutant kind when he can't get a better hairline? Scorpion says, I am Fury and I OP. Aridar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Pincraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Fem braces Everforged break belt sanctified steps Villagers bulwark and more. PSD for info. Booster Seat says, the Hot Bad Girls Club sounds like a surefire way to ERP with 40-year-old men. Immersive gently pats Dice Moon. Arrogant says, Goldberg. Mercury says, they probably already have enough plate. Trick says, spread out. Once Patrick Stewart spawns we can all head there. Immersive says, Dice Moon I'm going to put you in my pocket. Faye says, great sword to unlock outfit. Dice Moon says, ah. Roseanne says, I am a 40-year-old man. Cossider says, I'm only 39 though. BB says, some of us are into 40-year-old men. Albrave says, roses are red, true love is rare, booty 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 rockin' everywhere. Cool, I can join next year. The guy says, I dig it, Faye. Gross. Capular says, very cool, but Azidna says, no capes. How does it feel to be geriatric? Atramentus says, LF spring loaded the right fabric patterns R5. Booster Seat says, some of us also wet the bed, doesn't make it okay. Boomer Furry says, use. Castorp says, LF enchanted rune harbinger crest crafter. James says, 84 gang where you live. LF LW Log Reboot. Beshar says, my dog stepped on a bee. Karidar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Pincraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Fem braces Everforged break belt sanctified steps Villagers bulwark and more. PSD for info. Feels pretty good. How does it feel to be stuck renting forever? Thomas Miller says, warm, wholesome breath. K-Tag says, I live under a bridge, good sir. For free. Sonia says, blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP within recipes. 606/619/636 LR5W/D3met/missive/embellishment. PST or send order. 3. Trick says, how's bedlifting not okay? It's a medical condition. LFLW upgrade competitors' leather boots. Controls are ruining my investment portfolio. Mercury says, 84 is in the late 1900s. Positor says, 85 gang rise up. Game says, yeah. Arrogant says, football, Bobby, you playing that football again? Rick says, 1985. Mary, and no mama. Booster Seat says, in 1884 Columbus says the Jersey Shore. Aridar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged gem braces, Everforged break belt, sanctified steps, floaters, bulwark and more. PST for info. Positor says, G. That says, hey y'all, I've never used the Great Vault before, and I'm lost. How do I choose my weekly reward? Tentadorn says, I love how that now we have delves and can get good gear without being forced into Mythic and that people are realizing how toxic the Mythic community is. LFLW PvP bits. Super Den says, LFW blacksmithing services. Offering refund on every weapon and Everforged gem braces. I have most recipes. PST for more or just send order. Tip what you think is fair. Whip Update. Sweet sounds from Stormwind. Brought to you by DJ Whip Update on Deep Radio. Tune in now on 4:20 AM for a tasty trade check treat. Visit https://cakemoonguard.ejo4rent.com for more. Barry Lawton says, FRFR. Positor says, Great Ball demo let fucking socket fault. Boomer Furry says, then the native sealed tabs are here. Pastorp says, LF Everforged Stepper Recraft Enchanted Rune Harbinger Crest. Hilo says, LF Nerubian Alchemist Hat Crafter PSE. 8, 4 Great Gear, Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop, Indiana Jones, Gremlins, Karate Kid. People are realizing how toxic the Mythic community is. I think we all know. Batteries not included. Trick says, mediocre vault. Aridar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged gem braces, Everforged break belt, sanctified steps, floaters, bulwark and more. PST for info. Game says, batteries not included. Classic. Currently selling discounted lobotomies for limited time. Get them while you can. LF Blacksmith for Everforged Dead, grade 636 PST big tip. Naughty says, the Hotbed Girls Club is a spicy new 18+ guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and guild, the Hotbed Girls Club. Don't even bother picking keys anymore. Gotta keep it in the family. I'll be your mother, but you have to be okay with beard stubble when I kiss you goodnight and tuck you in. This offer is only applies to middle-aged men. Anticlus says, who can I have one? Boomer Furry says, your family knows you play well. Is now just a Mythic server? Result says, blacksmithing LFW able to craft /recraft all weapon text file VL590/606/619/636 with T3 mats. Bleach just won a game of Hearthstone. Blue Mary says, Louis Charles. Type of keys is a tank solely to provide welfare to all the core tier specs. Blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Gun Breaks Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Loaders Forward and more. PST for info. Trick set. I'm the only real player. The rest of you are AI bots. Why does a little beard stipple on a dude feel so nice? So server choice still matters? Even though I says, LF leather work with PvP boots. No, it doesn't matter. This is the only server you should pick. Blue Mary says, Sin rogues aren't even a low tier spec and I still have issues getting into groups. James says, my wife don't like stubble. She gets mad if I shave my face. Mr. C says, we thought you were better. Booster Seed says, you're free. Orlave says, mushroom mushroom. Blueberry says, fooey. Palgrave says, Glorious Face AFLL. Stormwind City Guard says, how high can you go? Stormwind City Controller says, how high can you go? Boomer Furry says, what's wrong with being a furry? D. Tentacles says, today I learned I'm a furry better. Neat. Blue Mary says, every day. Arigar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Gun Breaks Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Loaders Forward and more. PST for info. Stormwind City Guard says, keep those talents where I can see them. J-Tag says, to think some of you are sold you could watch The Sopranos, is it aired? Stormwind City Guard says, I guess those wings aren't just for show. Stormwind City Guard says, show off. Walk like a normal person. Naughty says, the Hot Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. Thomas Miller says, fresh bread for sale. Halscom says, if you're not a top 5 spec, you're low tier for 90% of the people making club groups. James says, that's why you roll tank or heals LOL. Scorpion says, better, mushroom, mushroom. Boomer Furry says, what year is it? Arigar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Gun Breaks Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Loaders Forward and more. PST for info. Scorpion says, 2005. Halscom says, look at my horse is amazing. Belter says, 2008, and you're so 2008. J-Tag says, 2016 Hillary just won the election. This lady says, I'll tell you Jets wrong with phrase. They are constantly engulfed in debauchery and I'm never invited TT. Tentacles says, Blue Mary Moon, can you babysit my fish again? Cupcake says, you're tuned into Cake Radio on 4:20 AM, broadcasting live from the heart of Stormwind. This is DJ Wet Cupcake, ready to serve up some sweet great check just for you. Find us at https://cakemoonguard.ejo4rent.com. Booster Seed says, Spinal Tap came out in 84. Best Hearts says, do people know they can just say making Mythic 5 plus group? Pretty relaxed, just know your mechanics and be your APPROB please. Instead of using the shitty group finder. Aiden I says, LF leather worker. Trick says, I'm writing better. Bet. Adamai says, the people who complain about MMs usually aren't that great at the game. Well. Antiplus says, well. Bill says, Dill, salt PvP/PB. Follow your enemies. Murder your enemies and mail them salt in the salt. Like the gladiator. Wolf Secretary says, in necrotic wave on boss, does the placement of the undying matter at all? Scorpion says, oh, it's a snake, a snake. Mercury says, I'm 2005 Tommy West. Leech just won a game of Hearthstone. Incredibly racist Aaron. This lady says, I'm 2005. Aridar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Embraces Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Lodars Forward and more. ESG for info. Icy Hunter says, I'm going survival hunter. Should I go regular mail war for Dark Iron? Blue Mary says, Adam isn't exactly wrong though. Naughty says, Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. J-Tag says, Trump 1, have it. Homie is a Nazi. Damn bro, you hit your head too hard. Tom says, I honestly don't even care if you're appropriate for one of my keys. Who honestly cares if you brick it? Just have fun playing the game. Slayer Mancy says, TBF best hard the amount of people who actively enjoy and on Moonguard Def are the minority here. Sonia says, blacksmithing LFW. All PvE and PvP within recipes. 606/619/636 all R5W/D3met/missive/embellishment. PST or send order. Mercury says, LLG tags. Antiplus says, LF full of .bfs. If Hillary won in 2016 we would have had a lot to by now. Naughty says, the Hot Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. Best Horror says, it's true. Moonguard has many minorities.
You are now the group leader.
LFLW. Blue Mary says, LF short stack GFPSG. Antiplus says, I need at least 6 to cater to me at all times. Boomer Furry says, okay let's not go there. Boomer Furry says, let's just delete gnomes. Icy Hunter says, I'm going survival hunter. Should I go mail war for Dark Iron? Rankin says, LF someone who can craft Valkyrie competitor signet. Aridar says, blacksmithing LFW. Click and look at favorites. Kingcraft full Everforged set and all PvP plate armor and weapons. 606/619/636 Everforged Embraces Everforged Great Belt Sanctified Steps Lodars Forward and more. PST for info. Antiplus says, I'm not sure that 5 they have. Naughty says, the Hot Bad Girls Club is a spicy new 18 plus guild. We welcome all players. Currently gearing up in Mythics and getting our PvP on. Come join us in building a naughty guild where you can have your cake and eat it too. Guild, the Hot Bad Girls Club. Scorpion says, Blue Mary, there are no gods left in 2024, they are extinct. Deltaire says, it's annoying how many people are complaining about PvP MMR ATM. It was an MMR reset. It needs to happen or it becomes impossible to rank up eventually like what happened in previous box. Blue Mary says, and a half year for 11 tops. Best Horror says, Shorty. Raya says, stop playing WoW altogether and play a good game like LOL. Scenario says, short ass. Best Horror says, what are you, the basketball? Slayer Mancy says, real gamers play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Scorpion says, you wanna play Leaf Arya? They'll play support. Rankin says, LF Crafter for Valkyrie competitor signet. Shink says, stop playing LOL and play a good game like Dota. Deltaire says, fucking Benricky should know at least. But no, he complains every time it resets. Chastite says,